Okay, so I am here. I'm going to try this again due to some technical difficulties. So I will try this for the second time. All right. It says video WMSCOG, undeniable proof of 2012 false prophecy and racism against blacks. All right, so I'm showing this to you today because UCC Space has filed a fraudulent and unjustified copyright claim against me for a video that I posted the other day. And it did expose undeniable proof that they did say the world was going to end in 2012 or that the world could not go past 2012. There is a video that I shared. And in the video, it was about Passover, and it has a watermark of UCC Space in the video. So it's their video, but I was sharing it under fair use protection, meaning for educational purposes. I was not trying to monetize the video. And so it showed them warning about the last disasters and the end of the world, and you need to keep Passover. But it showed 2012 about 3 times right at the beginning of the video. So why would they show 2012 3 times or so in the beginning of the video unless they were trying to hint or say that that was going to be the end of the world, which they now lie in the year 2020 and say that they did not teach. So now they do a copyright strike. And then they also did the copyright strike because they didn't want you to see their secret racism against black people. So what I'm going to do today is show you as much as I can on this video without showing you their video that they filed the copyright claim for. But know that I have a copy of the video offline. I have more than one copy. So if anyone would like a copy of that video, please leave a comment below and put your email there. Or what I will do, if that is not convenient enough, hopefully in the near future, I will set up a website or of some sort that you can download the video from. Now, the video itself was about 52 minutes long. As you can see over here, 52 minutes and 14 seconds. So it's a rather large video. So I may charge a fee. But, you know, that can probably help keep these Koreans from the Church of God from trying to overload and break a site if I do put it up that way. But nonetheless, I'm going to find a way for people to get this video or to watch it. And so I want you to notice here where it says monetization ineligible for this channel. That's because I have never even tried to monetize this channel, because that's not the goal. My goal is just to simply get the truth out to people, that these people are liars. They prophesied falsely about the end of the world, actually 2 or 3 times. 2012 was just like the 3rd time. And they secretly think that black people are inferior to white people and inferior to Asians. So you so-called Negroes and African Americans who are in this church, you are being bamboozled and run amok and led astray. And you need to serve the God of Israel because you are an Israelite. You understand? Now, with that being said, here is the link where the video used to be. And I mean, this video was posted, let me see. Let's see, it was posted, I think it was posted October 23rd. But understand, they took it down rather quickly. Who took it down? Look at that closely. It says UCC Space, because that's the World Mission Society Church of God's channel or channels, you understand, that upload their videos. They didn't want the world to see that they uploaded a Passover video showing that 2012 was going to be the last disaster. So for all of you haters saying that people are liars and Judases and all of that when they leave this fake church, UCC Space is the ones that's the damn liars. So I'm going to just show you a little bit of what was in the description of this video. And I'm going to show you this link as well. It said, here is the link to the article about not preaching to ghetto black people. Yes, I had proof of that in the video that they took down. So I'm going to show you that in this video. And in that video, it also had proof that this video contains undeniable proof that the WMSCOG, World Mission Society Church of God, that the world would not end, that the world would end or could not go past the year 2012. The prophecy, hold on, let me show you that. The prophecy has obviously failed, so now the church and its members are telling lies and pretending, you understand, that they never taught about the year 2012, when in truth they did. So that's the real reason that video got a copyright strike, okay? So this is what they do to you to try to suppress the truth. Now, and you see that UCC space are the ones that did it. So now I'm at that link. The link that I just showed you that was under that video that they took down, which is here. Hold on, I just want to highlight the link. Oh my goodness. Just the link only, right? This is where it takes you to examining the World Mission Society Church of God. And so if you can see that same link up here, it's www.examiningthewmscog.com/is the World Mission Society Church of God racist? And it has hyphens or dashes between each word, as you can see. So I'll try to briefly read through some of this. It's a lengthy article, but it says, though current members may deny this, the World Mission Society Church of God teaches a study called 6-Day Creation, in which they conclude that the curse placed on Noah's son Ham is the cause of black skin, the justification for slavery, and the origin of the entire black race. You see that? So they're saying you're cursed and meant to be a slave because of some curse that's on Ham. Meanwhile, if you tell them you're an Israelite, they'll say that's not true because you can't study the Bible based on endless genealogy, like it says in Timothy. Well, tell me this. How can you liars say that black people are the cursed sons of Ham through his son Canaan, which was about 4,000 years ago, but you can't believe black people were Israelites just 2,000 years ago or 1,950 years ago in AD 70? See, you see the hypocrisy? And I'm going to show you something about Ham right quick. 1 second. Now, I want you to look at this picture. This picture is a screenshot or a cutout, right? Whatever you want to call it, from the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, all right? And I have at least 2 copies of these myself, and I sold one of them to somebody. I had 3. Because these old dictionaries, not the new ones, but these older Bible dictionaries and dictionaries in general tell more truth. You know why? Because in the old days, during slavery, Negroes were not allowed to read. That's why. And then even after slavery, the older dictionaries, they didn't expect black people to have it as much because they thought you would be so busy sharecropping and working and you were barely literate, you wouldn't have time to read. Ham. This is the biblical Ham where that so-called curse comes from. Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. He, meaning Ham became the progenitor. Progenitor means ancestor or forefather, right? Their father. So Ham became the progenitor of the dark races. That means the so-called Africans, right? Not the Negroes. Not the Negroes. Ham is not the progenitor of the Negroes. Ham is not the father of the Negroes. Ham is not the ancestor of the Negroes. So the Negroes must come from Shem or Japheth. They come from Shem. Do you know why the Negroes come from Shem? Because they come from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Because they are the children of Israel. Kwam Yasha Allah. That means arise, Israel. All praise to the Most High. Yahweh Bahashem Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. You understand? Don't even worry about what I said if you don't know it. I'm praising the Most High, the true God, not some fake that you made up who's sitting around here pretending that the Negroes are cursed as Africans, right? Descendants of the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites, right? Because Canaan is the one that was cursed. Now, we were the ones who drove the Canaanites out with Joshua. You understand? But even the Canaanites themselves, according to the New Testament, because they're still human beings, you said everybody can come to God, right? In the new covenant Passover, the way your church teaches it, nobody's stuck under the curse of the Old Testament. So look at your hypocrisy. That's because you're of the devil. Now it says his indecency, meaning Canaan, when his father lay drunken, brought a curse upon Canaan, who the African Americans or Negroes do not come from. Okay, so now back to this article. Now that you so-called Negroes and African Americans know that you don't come from Ham, you know that the World Mission Society, Church of God, and the Seventh-day Adventists who taught them that are some damn liars. Right? Look what they say. They also believe that Noah's sons Shem and Japheth represent the origins of the Asian and Caucasian races, respectively. They don't want you to know that Negroes come from Shem through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Right. So, and by the way, those Asians, those Koreans do not come from Jacob. Let's keep going. This horrid distortion of the Bible cannot be credited to Unsung Hong or Zongil Ja. It means they're not the originators of it. So let's see where they got it from. And is not unique to the World Mission Society Church of God. Ellen G. White, Seventh-day Adventist prophetess, quote unquote, according to Unsung Hong, wrote, "The unnatural crime of Ham declared that filial reverence had long before been cast from his soul, and it revealed the impiety and vileness of his character. These evil characteristics were perpetuated in Canaan and his posterity, whose continued guilt called upon them the judgments of God. On the other hand, the reverence manifested by Shem and Japheth for their father, and thus for the divine statutes, promised a brighter future for their descendants." What statutes you talking about, by the way? Because Shem and Ham and Japheth were before Moses. So now the Seventh-day Adventists are admitting that you had laws, statutes, and commandments before the law of Moses. See? So the laws were already in effect, including what you're supposed to eat. You shouldn't be eating that filthy pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, you so-called Negroes. You understand? And you Mexicans. And you so-called Haitians who are the tribe of Levi. And you so-called Jamaicans who are the tribe of Benjamin. You understand? Because it's filth. And if you get sick and go to the doctor, the first thing he or she is going to tell you to stop eating is that filthy pig. So the law, statutes, and commandments were in effect before Moses. But that's another story. The posterity of Canaan descended to the most degrading forms of heathenism. Though the prophetic curse had doomed them to slavery, the doom was withheld for centuries. So they didn't go into slavery right away. They're trying to imply that you Negroes, you black people in the United States of America and related areas, that you went into slavery because of a curse. So Ellen G. White is a damn devil and a false prophetess as well. So let's keep going. It comes at, look at that, they wrote that wrong. It comes as is what it should say, not at. It comes as no surprise that Unsung Hong, having been a Seventh-day Adventist himself, would pass on Ellen G. White's ideology. So how is he second coming Christ when he passing on lies from Ellen G. White? Because I just showed you in the Bible dictionary that that is a damn lie. Negroes don't come from Ham. Now let's see what that has to do with the Church of God. I'm going to skip some of this for the sake of time. This is talking about in the UK, where a black member was told to let the white people be the representatives. All right, put them out front, as you can see here. It was some special day they were having in UK Church of God. It says the Korean pastor in Manchester in the UK, while arranging members for a video recording, said to him, "Brother, this is the UK, England, Queen, white people. If we show a DVD to the members around the world of Manchester Zion, it looks like you see the church in Africa, not the UK. So when the members come, we need to put them at, no, excuse me. So when the white members come, we need to put them at the front." Look at this here. Does racism lurk beneath the surface of the World Mission Society Church of God? On November 18, 2011, a memo about the upcoming Family Day in the New Jersey area was circulated among the WMSCOG leaders. The memo was said to be only for church leaders, and only the necessary points were to be communicated to the members, meaning they didn't want to show the members the racist part. They just wanted you to show the pretty part. They wanted you to see the pretty part. So we're going to skip down. So this is consistent with what Luke said above about the UK Zion. All right? That the 5 representatives from each WMSCOG location be white, and specifically no Korean either. So that's white supremacy. So they think the whites are superior, then they think the Koreans or Asians are next, and then they think you so-called Negroes and blacks are beneath them. They got it twisted. You the children of Israel. You actually above them according to the Bible, if you really want to get to the truth. But that's why they hate you. That's why they have taken crafty counsel against you, as it is written in Psalm chapter 83, verse 1 through 4. You need to read it. King David prophesied how these other nations would take crafty counsel against his people. Look at this, talking about ghetto people. Oh yeah, we're going to get to it. And by the way, since we're talking about ghetto people, look at this. Is this the only documented instance of racism in the World Mission Society Church of God? On February 20th, 2012, a program called The Armor of God was being implemented in the World Mission Society Church of God in Ridgewood, New Jersey, and presumably in other locations under the New Jersey branch's control. As part of this indoctrination program, which will be posted separately, this is what is called preaching discernment training. And discernment means judging and making decisions. So basically, this is training you who to preach to and who not to preach to. Preaching discernment training. In this document, also available below, WMSCOG gospel workers are advised that preaching to ghetto people is a waste of time. Who do they mean when they say ghetto? Let's see. Ghetto. Ghetto. A part of a city, especially a slum area occupied by a minority group or groups. See? Put in or restrict to an isolated or segregated area or group. During segregation in this country, blacks and whites were separate, and the blacks were in the ghetto or slum areas. So we know damn well who that's talking about. Talking about you so-called Negroes who still paying your tithes and offering to this church that think you're nothing. But if that's not enough for you, when it says a minority group or groups, the definition of minority at dictionary.com. What does it mean to be a minority? Who are called the minorities? Lewis Worth defined a minority group as a group of people who, because of their physical or cultural characteristics, are singled out from the others in the society in which they live for differential and unequal treatment, and who therefore regard themselves as objects of collective discrimination. You understand? So now that we know who the minorities are, you see, and the ghetto people are, meaning those who were segregated and treated unequally, let's get back to this article. Who does the World Mission Society Church of God consider to be superior? Well, according to the 6-day creation study, the memo below, and Luke's experience in Manchester, one can easily conclude that the WMSCOG considers white people superior. In support of this conclusion, as part of the same training, I mean that preaching discernment training, the WMSCOG also makes the following point. And just a side note, these Korean people think they're superior to you so-called Negroes and African Americans who are actually God's chosen people, the children of Israel. But even if you don't know about that, let's just think about this. They eat cats and dogs in Korea. I know for sure they eat dogs because some of them in the church admitted they eat doggy. That's how they say it. Yeah, I eat doggy. It's good. You understand? They said that while I was there. So how the hell you think you superior to me and you going around here eating damn dogs? You understand? Really? Man, anyway, wow. Let's keep going. We cannot bring people who look lower than me or just like me. We need to preach to people who look better than me. What scripture is that? The above statement proves that the World Mission Society Church of God is using the word ghetto in a way that is consistent with the dictionary's definition of the term. Accordingly, the World Mission Society Church of God would seem to prefer that gospel workers recruit white people. Why is this important? Now we get into it. It is more than likely that current black members of the World Mission Society Church of God would never have joined the organization had they known that once indoctrinated, right, not taught, you didn't study the Bible, you were indoctrinated and fooled, that they would be taught that their entire race was cursed by God. People deserve the right to make an informed decision. Members of the public have a right to know if an organization that heavily recruits worldwide has a racist ideology before joining. Current WMSCOG members who have witnessed unequal treatment of black people and other minorities within the organization and deny it are part of the problem. This means you so-called Negro that's in the church talking about, oh, the church is not racist. Father and mother love everybody. We treat everybody the same. You a damn lie. You don't treat everybody the same, and you know it. You know that you don't preach to homeless people. You know that you don't preach to poor black people in the hood or the ghetto. You want to go to the suburbs where people got a little more money or more likely to be white. You understand? And when you preach to black people, it's because they in college or they look a little better or they might have a little money to contribute to your damn church. But you don't give a damn about their soul or their physical well-being. And so you Negroes in this church trying to cover that up, that means you a damn sellout and a house Negro. That's what you are. And you weak. And you deserve whatever judgment you get for selling out your own people to these damn Koreans. Yeah, I said it. Because I love my people. And I'm tired of these other damn nations taking advantage of us and thinking we're not going to say shit about it. This is not your fake Christians. We don't believe in praying for people who hate us. We love our enemies of our own people. When people of another nation make war against you, that's called war. You understand? Loving your neighbor means loving your own people. Look at Leviticus 19, verse 18. It's not talking about loving these damn foreigners and strangers who hate your guts. These people hate you and call you nigger behind your back and slave, and you still giving them your damn money. What the hell wrong with you? For those of you who don't know, well, now you know. So it's up to you to continue to study and research this damn fake church so you can make a decision about whether you want to be a sucker or whether you want to be free. Now, this is their Family Day memo. To all church leaders, location, Soccer Palace, U.S. Armory, 1315 Pleasant Valley Way, West Orange, New Jersey, zip code 07052. Entrance fee, $20 per member. See, can't even go to this for free. It's always some damn money. But anyway, but they want to pretend that people on YouTube talking about them for money. See? when they're the ones always thinking about some damn money. Greedy dogs, which can never have enough. You understand? That's what the scriptures say about them. Attire, long pants and team shirts with long sleeve underneath. No suits. Okay, that's just their instructions. I'm just showing you that this is a real memo. But look at this. Representatives. The 5 representatives chosen from each Zion should preferably be white. No Korean either. That's white supremacy in the so-called Church of God. Please send a list to your point of contact, which will be given to admin. That means you need to send a list of white people to be at the front. That's what the hell that means. To represent each Zion. Wow. Is this the World Mission Society Church of God or the World Mission Society Church of White Supremacy? So they got the names of the people that were playing soccer blacked out. That's fine. Not trying to put single or independent individual people on here. All right. Prayer time and lunchtime. See, look at point A. At 2:20 p.m., we will break for bathroom and prayer time. Because prayer time is at 2:30 during that part of the year. And after Passover, it switches to 3 o'clock p.m. So this is their stuff. All right. And you can come to the examining site and read this, and you can actually download it. You see right here? I don't know if you can see the bottom of the screen. It says download PDF. So you can actually download this to your computer so you can have a copy, or you can print it out. This PDF is like 9 pages. All right, let's keep going. Semifinals and finals will only be for brothers. Whatever, I'm just reading. There's more stuff. Clean up. Okay. Forward, armor of God documents. Look at this. Armor of God chart. Checklists for life of faith. Look at this. Put on the full armor of God. God's called ones. God the Father and Mother test.docx. It's a Word document. You see, this is their real stuff. Visitors from the angelic world. And I hope you looked at my last video that I just put up, showing you that inside Visitors from the Angelic World and inside the Green Book, Mystery of God and the Spring of Water of Life, that Unsung Hong contradicts and goes against what they have inside their sermon books. In other words, the sermon books that you get from Elohim Academy do not say the same teaching that Unsung Hong taught in Visitors from the Angelic World or the Green Book. You understand? He teaches that Eve stands for the angels and stands for the redeemed. The redeemed means the people of God who will be redeemed and be saved, not God the Mother. So why does Unsung Hong say the opposite of what their sermon books say? It's simple, because he didn't write those sermon books. So their church doesn't even agree with their own so-called founder, who they say is God. And I'm saying that because obviously he's not the founder of their church, since they're not following his teaching. From Victor Lazada, February 2nd, 2012, Raymond Gonzalez, I'm just going through all of that. No virus found in the message. So showing you it was a real message. Now, here's the rest of that message. I'm on page 8 of the PDF document. Preaching discernment training. The reason we need preaching discernment is to be able to make the gospel work more active and productive. The training will allow the brothers to understand how to handle situations when preaching outside in the streets and when studying with a new person in Zion. It will also train the brothers on how to take care of new members who are just learning about Zion. Preaching outside. It says, when bringing people to Zion, that's bullet point 1, we have to think that our fruit needs to glorify God. We cannot bring people who look lower than me. Who are these people that look lower than me? Or just like me. Sound like some white supremacy to me, since they think that whites are better than Asians, and Asians and whites is better than Negroes, better than blacks. We need to preach to people who look better than me. Wow. Preaching to ghetto people is a waste of time. Let me repeat that. The preaching discernment training from the World Mission Society Church of God says you need to know that preaching to ghetto people is a waste of time. I thought you wanted to save the whole world. I thought you wanted to preach to 7 billion. How many millions of our people are in the ghetto? But I bet you got some black people in your church paying you money and don't even know this is what you really think about them. That you think they're less than the Asians and less than the white people. So let me ask you a question. Do you charge them less tithing and offering? Do you say, okay, since you poor and black, you just pay 5% instead of 10%, right? Hell no, you don't do that. But you still hold them as less in value. That's because you some damn hypocrites and devils. You understand? So anybody that's listening to this that may be white or Asian, you love your own people, don't you? You don't want people mistreating your nationality or ethnicity of people, do you? Then damn it, don't treat my people like this. Treat them with the respect that they damn well deserve, or you are considered an enemy, and I don't want to associate with you. To hell with you. I don't give a damn what you think about me. You hate my people? I don't need you either. Get the hell on. Who the hell are you? Eating cats and dogs and thinking you better than us. Really? Let's keep going. Be as gentle as doves, but as shrewd as snakes. Well, Jesus did say, be as wise as serpents, but harmless as doves. But I think this is harmful, what these snakes are doing to black people. So they're not following that scripture. The Holy Spirit didn't tell you that all black people came from Ham, because the Zondervan Bible Dictionary scholars disagree with that history. So the Holy Spirit is the spirit of truth. It doesn't lie. We are the children of Israel. We come from Shem through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You understand? Facts. Plenty of historical facts prove that. So I'm not even going to go through all of that in this video. Be like water, right? However, do not become contaminated. Well, who are these people that's going to contaminate you? It must be those minorities. Must be those ghetto people, huh? Those ghetto Negroes that you hate. But who still worship at your church, bow down to you at your church, pay tithes, pay offering, do volunteer work, go door-to-door preaching, spend money trying to go to Korea, thousands of dollars. Damn. And so that's the end of this document. So they took down this video because it showed inside of it one of their videos from UCC Space, where they broadcast the year 2012 3 times towards the beginning of the video, while they talking about Passover being a way to save you from the last disasters. So they're a bunch of lies, and they know it, and UCC Space is trying to cover it up, but it won't work, because I still have the video offline, and I'm going to make sure that anybody who sees this video, if you want a copy, to put your email in the comments. Okay? And if you're unable or uncomfortable, we'll say, putting your email in the comments, then just let me know in the comments that you do want a copy. And what I'll do, I'll work on setting up a website or a link somewhere that YouTube cannot control, and I'll have a link to that video, because it's not copyright infringement. It's educational. See? It's educational, because I'm not trying to make any damn money with their information, as you can see, because I'm not even trying to monetize this channel. They just don't want you to know that they're liars. So with that, I say, have a good day.